HBCU game day with head coach Willie Simmons, fresh off a 34-7 win over Fort Valley State. Coach, how do you evaluate your team overall?
Well, first off, it was great to get in the win column. After dropping our first one in a close game, 1-point loss, we wanted to get that nasty taste out of our mouths. So getting back home to Bragg Memorial Stadium, the greatest fan base in college football, it really felt good to get back out and get a win. So I thought the defense for the second week in a row played phenomenal football. Special teams wise, did some really good things. Covered well, had great returns, hit a 49-yard field goal, and offensively started slow. About 6 quarters of subpar play on the offensive side, but the second half kind of got in the rhythm and made some plays. So it was great to kind of put a complete half together. Now for us, the challenge is seeing if we can put a complete game together. And obviously, got a tough task this week going down to Tampa to take on the South Florida Bulls.
Coach, this is a family show, but what did you tell the team at halftime?
Well, honestly, I probably would have been a lot more riled up in the past. But after watching the team for those 6 quarters, I told the guys simply to stop trying to play good football and just go play. I felt that we were pressing. I felt that guys were trying too hard to be perfect and not doing what we did when we first started playing this game, which is just being loose and having fun. So try to encourage the guys to just go back to doing that. Think about when you were 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, the first time you picked the ball up. You weren't trying to be perfect. You weren't trying to win a championship. You were just trying to show that you can play this game. And that's what I wanted our guys to get back to. And we had a lot more fun in the second half of Saturday's game than we had the previous 6 quarters. And ultimately, fun is one of our 7 F's, and we wanted to make sure we have fun playing this game.
So, Coach, obviously on offense, as a team started to find its rhythm, you still juggled quarterbacks just a little bit to try to find that rhythm. Did you see anything Saturday that put a clear contender in the first place in the quarterback slot?
Well, I thought Junior did kind of what I talked about earlier. He was trying too hard. Wasn't trusting his eyes, wasn't checking the ball down. Again, in this offense, we tell them all the time. Our goal is to get first downs, and then in every drive with the kick, whether that be a field goal, an extra point, or a punt. And too many times we didn't end the drive with kicks. We ended it with turnovers. And so we have to protect the ball, and we have to trust our eyes. So in that second quarter, kind of felt that the game was moving maybe a little bit too fast for the young pup. And so we made the switch to go back with Rashawn, a more seasoned guy who had been in games before. And, he came in and played pretty well. And so we stuck it out with him the third quarter. Put some drives together, scored some points. Defense had a big touchdown for us to put us ahead big. Luckily, we're able to get Junior back into the game to just allow him to play more game reps, which he needs. And we even able to get Cameron Sapp, some meaningful action on the last drive. So really happy to see all 3 of the quarterbacks play, because I think during this season we'll need all 3 of those guys to be successful. In what combination, in what situation, obviously that remains to be seen.
Coach, a big challenge in Tampa this week with the University of South Florida. 0-2, but played 2 tough teams. What do you see out of that USF Bulls squad? Well,
you see a team that still plays hard. Their record doesn't indicate how hard they play. Even last year, when we scouted them from last year's games, they lost to Central Florida, a team that won 11 or 12 ball games basically on the last drive of the game. So they were right there in it with them. So they've been competitive. Had Memphis on the ropes, allowed Memphis to score on the last drive to come away with the victory. So they're a team that's been close in a lot of games. And when you have a team that's lost a lot of close games, at some point it clicks. And so I know the caliber of Coach Jeff Scott is. We played college football together. He's a coach's kid. His dad coached college football at some major institutions for a lot of years. And so he knows what it takes. He has a great staff. And, those guys will get it turned around. Hopefully it'll take them one more week to do so.
Okay, Coach, and finally, how great was it to be back in Bragg Stadium, Hall of Fame weekend, several FAMU greats all around, the Marching 100 and the FAMU fans, and the stadium rocking again. How great was that? It
was amazing. After being away from this place for, almost 700 days, it really, really brought that nostalgic feeling back. To be able to look in the stands and see the band. I tip my hat to our student body, our student section. The student side was packed. They were rowdy. They had a great time. Even amidst the 30-minute lightning delay, they still came back out and supported the football team, which is always great to see. The veteran side, they did their thing as well. And so it was just great to see the entire show, so to speak, here at Bragg Memorial Stadium. That's what makes this place special. And as a football coach, a guy that grew up 20 minutes down the road, coming to Bragg Memorial Stadium every Saturday to watch my godbrother play, it felt good to be back home.